Good evening and welcome to the draw for the semi-finals of the Meghalaya State League 2023. A very warm welcome to you all. Thanks for tuning in on the Meghalaya State League YouTube channel for this. We've come to the business end of the tournament where the top 4 teams, one from each group, will be taking part in the semi-finals, which will be held on a home and away basis starting on the 10th of this month, that is June 2023. And of course, before we get to this, let's first bring you up to speed with the MSL as a whole. We've had 65 group stage matches as of today, with one more, the last one scheduled for tomorrow in Maukurwat. We've had 25 teams in all this year. That is the biggest MSL that we've had so far, and we are now in its 3rd edition. It began in 2017-18, then we had a tournament in 2019, and then because of the COVID pandemic, we missed a couple of years, but we're back now, bigger than ever before. So it's been a fascinating tournament. It's been sponsored as usual by the state government of Meghalaya since its very inception in 2017-18, and the whole idea was to bring all the best teams from the 21 affiliated district associations together in one state tournament, which has never really happened before here in Meghalaya. And it's been something incredible. You know, we've seen so much up and coming talent, so much new talent in each of the 4 venues, which are Tura, Maukurwat, Shillong and Chawai this year. And you know, thanks to the under 20 rule also, you know, we've seen very young players with loads of talent, loads of potential, and they've really caught the eye. Now, so before we get to the draw, why don't we take a look at some of the best clips, best highlights. There have been some remarkable matches, some fantastic goals. Let's take a few of the best right now.
Another ball into the box now. Shot from distance. What a hit! What a hit! And out of nowhere, Neowasa United get an equalizer. And it is the skipper, Lajong, with an absolute belter.
Lovely 1-2 with Arnesius. Long ball towards the right from Henry. Cordor is onside. Cushioned header back to. Oh my goodness me! Well, it set fire and left his shooting boots at home. Not like that though. Wow, what a finish! Cushioned header back from Cordor. Bali! And striking. He is sparking. A good reliance on the ball. Madamidu on the right. Madamidu looking to find the run of Balanster. And Balanster beating his man with pace. Balanster scores! Gentru take the lead. Balanster Taro, who opens the scoring. Madamidu no flung, having missed a chance not too long ago. Sets this one up. Balanster incredibly. Long ball up field. Chance for a header! It's 3-2! But Taylor, with his second of the game, gets it 3-2 for Sangsamla, who's taken the lead once again. Lovely pushing.
Still with Selsala, ball crossed into the middle. Chance there. Shot taken, and that is goal! Selsala takes the lead. Number 14, Martin Miller, saw his chance, took the shot, made no mistake of putting the ball into the back of the net.
By Bunny Asrani. Proactive work from the defense. Within the bird. Looking to find Kim Lang. Sangma onside, and he's pulled the goal back. Lovely finish from Sangma on his left foot.
chance here for Rimbai. Bari gets there, wants to shoot and does, and finds the top corner and pulls out the shoot, and that should be the 3 points for Rimbai. And Livano Bari has had a sensational game down that right hand side. And what a way to get number 3. Just cut inside and finished it with perfection. Poor defending.
And nothing came out of it. They still have the ball though. Number 4, don't Kupot. Oh, that was a stunning chance, and it's a goal. It's a goal for Premier. How on earth did that go in? Absolutely stunning. Shot taken out of nowhere and goes in the back of the net. Can they create a chance here? Defenders finding it difficult to clear the ball away. Still with Meghalaya State through the player's feet. Crosses the ball. Could this be? And it is the 6th goal of the match. What a wonderful goal that was. And it's Donald there with another goal. The 4th goal of the game. Goal. That's a goal. That's all too easy. Mistake there from the keeper and then the defender. Put it back, pass it back in time. Don't ball out.
So those were some of the best bits, just a few of course, because there have been so many that we've had in the tournament so far, and there's more to come definitely with the semi-finals and final. Now about the semi-finals, as I had mentioned earlier, it's on a home and away basis starting on the 10th of June, then the second leg takes place on the 13th, and then comes the final on the 17th, and that will be held here in Shillong at the SSA Stadium, with some big guests expected from the AIFF as well as from abroad, all coming to see who's going to lift that trophy, the MSL trophy, the coveted trophy. So, as I promised you, we have 4 very, very special guests here on the show this evening, and they're going to help us with the draw. They need very little introduction, in fact, but so let's get them out immediately. 3 of them are from the Indian Super League, have played in the Indian Super League. One is one of the most respected and famous assistant referees that we've produced from our state. So let's begin from the Indian Super League, and it's Redeem Talang. Thank you, Redeem. And next up, it is straight from Cambodia, well, almost straight from Cambodia, where she was a FIFA assistant referee there, is Kom Riot Lang Ha. Welcome. Thirdly, back to the ISL and the under-20 India national team, it is Halen Nongtudu. Thank you, Helen. And the last of our guests, certainly not the least, it is also from the ISL, Ivan Dotling. Thank you, Ivan. And one more. He's not a guest, but he is the man behind the scenes at the MSL. He is the tournament director, Ba Wanchan Kakra. Thank you, Ba Wanchan. And thank you all once again. Now, Ba Wanchan is here to make sure that the draw is carried out in a completely fair and transparent manner. And so I'm going to hand over to him.
Thank you, Keshav. Very good evening. This time the draw is going to be conducted in the similar lines that is being done internationally. So the name of the 3 teams that have confirmed for the semi-finals are in these small football-like items, and one of the names will be the qualifier from the Mograwat zone, and that is the name that has been indicated over there. So the team has not yet been confirmed, since it's been already informed that the final match is tomorrow. This is how we go about. Redeem will be picking up the first ball, and whatever team that has been indicated in the first pick will play against the team that is being picked up by Rio. So that will form the first semi-finals. The second semi-finals will be the team picked up by Halil Nongturu versus the team picked up by Ivan. So this, again, like as informed, is going to be a home and away. So I think so, Kesh, we are ready right away to go with the pick. So I will now call Redeem to pick up the first team to be indicated before you. So the first team we got is Clay Maule, and this is a team that has qualified from the Tura zone.
Yeah, Redeem, Clay Maule, they've been playing in Tura, as Wanshan said. Now, as you mentioned to me earlier, you've watched a few games. Where was that?
I watched it in July, where Ranjit play against Mumbai, Singh.
How was that?
I feel that MSL has improved especially on the organized. It's different zones, in 4 zones. So the game is evolving, and I feel that the MSL and the MFA is doing a good job. So I just wish them good luck and all the best for the future.
Thank you. So Redeem, as you were mentioning to me earlier that you've watched one of the games in person, what game was that, and how do you feel it went?
I've watched the July zone game between Ranglajit FC and Yop Singh, Mumbai Yop Singh, and I feel that it was a competitive match, and it was a tough match for Ranglajit. It's not an easy match for them, but at the end they get the win. But I feel MSL is growing, as you have seen this year compared to the previous year that happened. It's evolving, and the MFA and the MSL are growing. So I wish them good luck for the future.
Thanks. Wanshan, next.
Okay, now I call upon Rio. So she will decide her pick will decide who plays against Clay Maule.
Meghalaya Sports Club.
So Meghalaya Sports Club plays against Clay Maule.
Meghalaya, they're playing their first MSL, so that should be an interesting match. Rio, as I mentioned, she's recently been in Cambodia, is that right? What tournament was that?
Southeast Asian Games.
Okay, and you were the assistant. How many matches did you officiate?
5, 2005.
Wow. Okay. Is it good to be back home, or would you wish you could have spent a bit more time?
Hey, it's good because compared to the climate there, it's very hot. So it feels good to be back home.
It's been a bit warm in here also as well, but anyway. Next, Wanshan.
Okay, the first semi-finals has been already been decided, and just as a reminder, it'll be on a home and away. So Clay Maule will have to host Meghalaya, and then in turn Meghalaya will have to host Clay Maule. So now I'll call upon Helen to pick up who will meet whom in the second semi-finals.
Ranglajit United FC.
So Ranglajit from the Juwai zone now will have to host. We are left only with one. So obviously he will be the champion, but nonetheless the pick will still have to be done. So that will be the second semi-finals. So over to you, Kesh.
Alan, I mean, how's it as a player, you know, being at a game, watching a game live? What does it feel like?
Yes, myself, I'm very excited for these matches, and I want to congratulate all the teams who have been into the semi-finals. And yes, as a player, it's very nice to see that our state is growing in football. If you see the last 4-5 years, and it's totally different after the lockdown and everything stuff. So now the broadcast telecast, everyone all over the India, they can watch the matches. So it's a big gap since in the last 4-5 years.
So Helen picked Ranglajit United. They're the only team out of the 4 semi-finalists who have played in all 3 editions of the MSL, and the last, Bawanshan will call Iban, I guess, to do the inevitable.
Do the inevitable honors.
The winner of Group C.
Thank you, Ivan.
So the winner of Group C, just an explainer there, it is Shillong Lajong who are leading the table right now. They've got the most points, but they'll be in action tomorrow. That is their final group game, and of course this is football. It's not over until the final whistle, so that official confirmation that they are the Group C champions will of course have to wait until tomorrow. So thank you guys for being here, for joining us. You've made that draw something extra special. Before we end, Iban, I mean, maybe you'd like to tell us since you picked the last one, we now know who's playing whom. Which semi-final are you most excited by?
First of all, I would like to congratulate the 4th semi-final team who's going to participate in this MSL. I think we don't know, like all the 4 teams are a very interesting team, like all the top teams who's qualified to the semi-final, but according to me, I think it'll be Ranglajit against Shillong Lajong. Semi-final game will be very interesting to watch.
Those two of the big Shillong teams. They've had a long history of playing against each other. In fact, they played the final in 2019 of the MSL. Lajong were winners in a tiebreaker in Clariat. So thanks again for joining us. We'll let you head off before we close the show. Bawanshan will lead the way, I'm sure. So that is the draw, a very exciting draw. It will be Klep Maule against Meghalaya. Klep Maule played in 2019. They were in that Maukarwat group that year. They played Ranglajit. Ranglajit was in that same group. Ranglajit had qualified for the semis from there. This year, Klep Maule have reached the semi-finals as well, playing from Tura. And so that will be very interesting against Meghalaya, who are making their debut appearance. Now they dominated the Shillong Premier League here last year. Let's see if that's going to be the case again in the semi-finals. Although don't forget 2017, we didn't see any Shillong teams in the final that year. It was Nyawasa United against Tumrong Mau Sao, and it was Nyawasa who won again on penalties in July that year. So that is the first set of semi-finals. The second one, of course, will be Ranglajit against, most likely, Shillong Lajong. A rematch of the 2019 MSL final. So that is the draw. Just time to leave you with a few closing remarks. Thanks to esteemed panel of guests. Thanks to Wansha, and also thanks to the representatives of the teams. I hope you're happy with that draw. Look forward to seeing you in action in the semi-finals. Don't forget, the first one will be played, the first leg of the two semi-finals will both be played on the 10th of June. And if you can't watch those in person, you can continue to watch them exclusively on the Meghalaya State League YouTube channel. Our thanks to everyone who's made this show a possibility, and good night.
Well, it's written in the stars and in